In today's world, a new kind of power is rising, one that's invisible, yet more influential than ever before. This power doesn't come from oil wells or electric grids, but from the endless streams of data pulsing through our digital lives. Every message sent, every search made, every transaction completed, data is the new lifeblood of our civilization. At the heart of this transformation is artificial intelligence, or AI. It's reshaping how we communicate, how businesses operate, and even how nations defend themselves. From voice assistants in our homes to complex algorithms guiding financial markets, AI is everywhere, often working behind the scenes, making decisions in milliseconds. But none of this would be possible without a crucial piece of technology: the AI chip. These specialized processors are engineered to perform the massive calculations that power modern AI, enabling machines to learn, adapt, and solve problems at lightning speed. Think of these chips as the spark plugs of the digital age, tiny yet essential components that ignite the engines of innovation and progress. Without them, the entire AI ecosystem would grind to a halt. The world's most advanced algorithms would be rendered useless, and the promise of intelligent machines would remain unfulfilled. That's why whoever controls the supply and development of these chips holds the keys to the future of AI, and, by extension, the future of global power. The global supply chain for AI chips has become a fiercely contested arena, where economic ambitions and national security interests collide. From raw materials to finished products, every link in the chain is now a potential flashpoint. As AI models grow ever more complex, their appetite for processing power is exploding. The demand for faster, more efficient chips is driving a technological arms race unlike anything we've seen before. In this new landscape, companies like Nvidia have emerged as kingmakers, shaping the direction of AI development worldwide. Their chips are more than just hardware. They are the keys to unlocking the next generation of artificial intelligence, granting access to unprecedented computational power. The competition for these chips has escalated into a high-stakes game of international strategy, with countries vying for technological dominance and security. Governments are now leveraging trade agreements, diplomatic pressure, and regulatory frameworks, and imposing strict export controls to protect their interests and limit the technological advances of their rivals. The fate of global innovation, economic growth, and even geopolitical stability now hinges on decisions made in the power corridors of Washington and Beijing, where the next move could shape the world for decades to come. In September 2025, China sent shockwaves through the global tech industry with a move that few saw coming. The government announced a sweeping ban on Nvidia's AI chips, instantly upending the world's most lucrative and competitive technology market. The order, issued by the powerful Cyberspace Administration, forced China's tech titans, companies like ByteDance, Alibaba, and Tencent, to halt all use of Nvidia hardware, effective immediately. The news sent shockwaves through boardrooms and server rooms alike, as engineers scrambled to assess the impact. This wasn't just about blocking the most advanced AI chips. The ban extended to even the so-called export-compliant versions, special chips Nvidia had painstakingly designed to comply with earlier US export restrictions. Now, even those were off-limits, leaving shelves and data centers in limbo. For years, China's explosive AI growth had been fueled by Nvidia's cutting-edge hardware. From facial recognition to language models, Nvidia GPUs powered the backbone of China's digital ambitions. But now, Beijing has shattered that foundation, citing urgent national security concerns and the ever-present risk of US surveillance or hidden backdoors in foreign technology. The government declared that relying on American chips was simply too dangerous in an era of escalating tech rivalry. At the same time, Chinese regulators accused Nvidia of anti-monopoly violations, launching investigations and signaling a broader crackdown on foreign tech dominance. The pressure on Nvidia was now coming from all sides. The message from Beijing was unmistakable. China would no longer allow itself to be dependent on a foreign adversary for the technology that underpins its future. The era of relying on American chips was over. It's a bold and risky move, one that will cause pain and disruption in the short term. But for China's leaders, it's a necessary sacrifice. Seen as the only path to true technological independence and security in a world where chips are the new battleground. To grasp the impact of China's ban, you need to understand Nvidia's dominance. Nvidia started with gaming GPUs, but their parallel processing power made them perfect for AI. Their CUDA software platform locked in developers, making Nvidia chips the default for AI worldwide. In China, about 75% of AI training chips run on CUDA. Breakthroughs from OpenAI, Google, and others, almost certainly powered by Nvidia. This dominance made Nvidia both invaluable and vulnerable. China's rapid AI progress depended on Nvidia, but that reliance became a strategic weakness. The US saw this as leverage, a choke point to slow China's tech and military ambitions. Now China is making a dramatic break to escape Nvidia's grip. The chip war is personal, and the stakes are global. The path to China's Nvidia ban is paved with years of escalating US export controls and mounting tensions between the world's two largest economies. What started as a series of policy tweaks has now become a defining battle in the global race for technological dominance. It all began in 2022, when the US government took a bold step, blocking China from purchasing Nvidia's most advanced AI chips. The official reason? To slow the development of Chinese military artificial intelligence and protect American national security. But beneath the surface, it was about much more. Control over the future of AI, data, and global power. Nvidia, caught in the crossfire, scrambled to adapt. The company rolled out weaker, compliant chips designed to skirt the new rules, hoping to keep a foothold in the massive Chinese market. But the US government wasn't satisfied, and the restrictions only grew tighter, squeezing Nvidia and other American tech giants. The return of the Trump administration in 2025 brought even more uncertainty. First came a wave of even stricter export controls, sending shockwaves through the tech industry. Then, in a surprising twist, the rules were suddenly relaxed, allowing chip sales to China, but only if Nvidia agreed to pay a hefty tariff. The policy whiplash left companies and governments scrambling to keep up. For a brief moment, Nvidia's H20 chips flooded into China, sparking hope for renewed business ties and technological exchange. The Chinese market, hungry for high-performance chips, snapped them up, fueling a short-lived boom. But the optimism didn't last. Beijing, citing deep security fears and accusing the US of embedding backdoors in its technology, abruptly slammed the door shut on American chips. The move sent a clear message to both domestic and international audiences. The message was unmistakable. China refuses to be a pawn in America's high-stakes tech chess game. Instead, it's determined to chart its own course no matter the cost. The era of policy reversals, loopholes, and backroom deals is over. Both sides are digging in, and the rules of engagement are changing fast. Now China is choosing the hard road of painful self-reliance, investing billions to build its own chip industry and reduce its dependence on unpredictable US trade policy. The stakes have never been higher. The tech tug-of-war between the US and China has reached a breaking point, with the outcome set to shape the future of global technology for years to come. At the heart of US chip restrictions is national security, a concern that shapes global technology policy. AI is a dual-use technology, powerful for both commerce and the military, blurring the line between civilian and defense applications. The Pentagon fears that advanced US chips could help China's military close the gap in critical capabilities. Washington's strategy: keep China a generation behind in AI hardware, selling only chips good enough for business, but not for cutting-edge weapons or advanced systems. Limiting chip exports is also about curbing China's surveillance state and asserting democratic values on the world stage. The chip war is as much about ideology and influence as it is about technology and innovation. China's Nvidia ban is a calculated step toward tech independence. US restrictions convinced Beijing it can't trust foreign chips for its future. The ban forces Chinese tech giants to invest in domestic alternatives like Huawei's Ascend chips. It's protectionism with a purpose: build a homegrown semiconductor ecosystem from design to software. China frames this as digital sovereignty, not just economics. The US, meanwhile, pours billions into its own chip industry, fueling the rivalry. The message to global business access to China's market now comes with political strings. China's ban on Nvidia chips has global consequences. Nvidia loses a major market and access to China's AI ecosystem. China's AI industry faces short-term setbacks, forced to rely on less powerful domestic chips. But this will drive massive investment in China's semiconductor sector. The world is splitting into two tech spheres, US-led and China-led. Countries and companies may have to pick sides. The dream of a single, open global internet is fading. The chip war signals a deeper, more adversarial US-China rivalry. Two parallel AI races are underway, one pushing the limits, the other racing to catch up. The future of global tech leadership is now a contested, fragmented reality.